On guys, so I wanted to do a video explaining common stock. I get a lot of questions about how the stock market works, what's really going on. So I just kind of want to clear the air a little bit, go way back to the basics, and just explain to you what common stock is and why you're buying stock. Uh, so this video might not be useful to people that are a little bit more experienced, but there's plenty of people out there that don't know this stuff, and I want to help them. So I'm going to dive into it. So, when I buy stock, right? I have one Facebook share of stock. I'm buying ownership into this corporation, okay? Um, Now when a corporation goes public, they have plenty what they do is they authorize stock and then they issue stock to the public. So Facebook goes public, they authorize shares, and then they issue shares to the public, which the public trades, and that determines the value of the company, the market value of the company. Okay? So, one thing that a lot of people don't understand is when a company goes public, they authorize shares and then they issue only some of those shares. I don't think I've ever seen a company authorize 100 million shares and then issue 100 million shares. Okay, so let me show you what I mean here. This is a company that just went public. It's called Tough Built Industries. Don't know if they're a good company. I haven't looked into them at all. But the deal is common stock. Whoops. Common stock, par value. So par value. This is basically what the company has to pay taxes on. It's really that's how much they're saying the stock is actually worth, at an absolute minimum. Uh, don't hold me to that. I'm just pretty sure that's what that means. But basically, uh, so they issue the stock at this value, 100 million shares authorized. Now, they're issuing 735 or 7,359,000 shares issued and outstanding. This means that they have 100 million shares authorized, which they are able to sell. They can issue more shares up to this number if they need to, okay? But there's 7,359,000 shares issued and outstanding. So these are the shares that are traded between uh, everyone, me, you, other retail investors, institutional investors, everyone. So this is how many shares that the company makes up 100% of the company. 7,359,000 shares are issued and outstanding, which are tradable. The authorized shares, they don't really exist. They do exist. The company can sell more shares if it needs to raise more capital, if it wants to sell if basically, yeah, if it wants to raise more capital, they can issue more shares because they have 100 million authorized. Now, if they have to authorize more shares, that gets a little bit ugly, and that's really dilutive. But it is possible to increase your authorized share count. It's and then if you do that, then your shares issued will become higher and the outstanding shares will go up and so on. And we'll get into that. That's getting a little bit deep. So just know that if a company goes public and they have 100 million shares authorized and they only sell 10 million, they have a lot more that they potentially could sell down the road if they need to. Now, um, let's say that the corporation has what did I say? 10 let's just use this example. 7,359,000 shares issued and outstanding. Now let's say the corporation is doing really well and they want to, you know, they want to own more of their own company. What they can do is they can buy back some of these shares too, and this is called buybacks. A company that's really doing this is RH. Now, I'm not saying RH is a good company at all, so please note that. This is not investment advice at all. What I'm saying is RH is buying back stock. And when you do that, it's called treasury stock. Okay? So that means that they're no longer outstanding to the public. And why a company does this is because it raises the earnings per share. Okay? Because there's less shares, but the earnings are still the same. So the earnings per share increases. Or if the company is running at a loss, it does that too. Um, so a couple reasons why a corporation will buy back its own stock. The market price of the market price that the company is trading for is too low. So if the company feels that their stock or if the insiders or board of directors decide that their company is too cheap, say they're valuing their company at $1 billion and the company's trading at $800 million, maybe they will buy back some of their stock because it's trading at a good price. Okay. Uh, so as treasury stock is repurchased, the number of outstanding shares is reduced, right? So the earnings per share is based on outstanding shares. So the fewer the shares, the earnings will rise. Okay. Uh, the shares can be used in different ways as well. Also, you can reuse these shares to pay for other things that the business does, such as buying another company. All right. Uh, Also, note on the treasury shares, they don't have the same privileges as the outstanding common stock. Okay. The treasury shares no longer have voting rights, and they don't receive dividends. Okay, so the company owns those, and those are basically kind of canceled. So that's about it. I hopefully this video helps you understand exactly what stock is. There's a lot more to this. I'm gonna make a second video going over, you know, voting rights, your rights of a shareholder, all kinds of stuff. So if you like this video, please stay tuned. I hope to, get through everything, like how dividends are distributed, how rights are distributed, uh, who has the rights, can the rights be taken away, all that kind of stuff. I want to kind of explain in this like basic series that I'm gonna do. And then later down the road, I want to get into like more advanced stuff, such as like preferred stock, warrants, convertible, everything. So I hope this video helps for you beginners. Let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions for other videos. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I'm going to keep putting out these videos. So hopefully everything works out. Hopefully you learned a bit from this, or it was a good review for you if you're more experienced. And yeah, that's it. I hope everyone has a good day. Peace.